Space Frog, a story of a frog in space. Okay, so this is a digital zine. There is no um, other version of it. If you pay $2 or more, you get the print PDF that you can turn into a zine if you would like. But yeah, yeah, so by paying it, you're not only supporting the developer to make more games, you are getting the printable zine version of the game. Of course, you got to print it yourself, assemble it yourself. Anyway, once upon a time there was a frog. His name was Space Frog. His name was actually Hobart, but everyone called him Space Frog, except his mother. His mother called him Hobart. Hobart? Space Frog had a little spaceship. It was made just for him. It really was very little, though, so it could fit him in his trusty satchel, which he carried everywhere. One day, Space Frog decided to collect a star. Not just any star, though. He wanted the brightest and sparkliest star in the sky. To get a star, Space Frog would need to board a spaceship. However, he could only bring one thing with him in his satchel, since both his ship and his satchel were not very big. Space Frog looked around to see what he could bring. What did he put in his satchel? We can say space food, an empty bottle, or a froggy bank. I will let you in the chat decide. Otherwise, I will pick it myself. We got Space Frog, empty bottle, or froggy bank. I'm going to say he's got his froggy bank, since I'm not hearing anything. Space Frog put the froggy bank in his satchel. That's freaking adorable, too. Note that it was not a piggy bank. Piggy banks were for pigs. Now that Space Frog was ready to go, he got into his spaceship. Then he started the countdown. 3, 2, 1, blast off! The spaceship flew up and away into the sky. He went over the mountains, past the moon, and farther than most frogs would ever dream of going. But Space Frog was no ordinary frog. On the contrary, his mother told him he was extraordinary. She told him this every single day. Space Frog peered out of the spaceship window. He knew what he was looking for. He just needed to find it. But where should he go? This feels like perfect, like I should be reading my children this as a bedtime story. The first Space Frog saw was a small one, pale and blue. Did he stop his spaceship? No, I think he's gonna keep going. The second planet Space Frog saw was a big one, bright and red. Did he stop his spaceship? Yeah. Space Frog flew his spaceship into the big planet and made a landing. The red soil was soft, but clumpy. It would be definitely a pain to clean after. Space had only walked for a short while when he came across a little festival stall. Inside the stall stood a surly-looking bear. Yeah, he looks pretty surly. Hello, said Space Frog, his eyes wide. I love festivals. Can I play at your stall? The bear pointed at the sign next to her. It read, 5 coins for one play. 5 coins was a lot of money. Did Space Frog even have enough? Let's shake the froggy bank to find out. Space Frog shook his froggy bank. 5 coins came out. Here, I can pay. He proudly held out his 5 coins. The bear did not look too impressed, but she took the coins. Put your hand in the box and pull out a card. You get whatever prize is written on it. Space Frog nodded. He was prepared for this. Space Frog stuck his hand into the box and closed his eyes. He needed to pull a card with the best prize. He would trust his instincts. Space Frog pulled a card out. It was a shiny gold card. No, shiny wasn't a good enough descriptor. It was very shiny. Even the bear looked surprised. That's the grand prize. She rummaged a bit behind the stall and held out the prize, a big sparkly star. Wow, it's so pretty, said Space Frog as he stared at the shiny star. Well, I guess I need to close up shop for today. Need to get another grand prize, grumbled the bear. Should I help? Asked Space Frog, but the bear gave him a capital L look, so Space Frog decided to leave. Space Frog managed to stuff the big star into his satchel. It made for a tight fit inside his spaceship, but he steered his ship back down to Earth. After he landed, Space Frog did not go home. No, he had somewhere else he had to go first. He checked the star was still safely in his satchel. Then he headed not for his house, but the one next door. Space Frog rang the doorbell. He did not have to wait long before his best friend Earth Cat answered the door. His name was actually Jay. No one called him Earth Cat, but Space Frog. Hi, Space Frog. Sorry, I have to work today, so I can't play with you, said Earth Cat with a frown. Space Frog shook his head. It's okay. I'm just here to give you something. Earth Cat looked confused. For me? It's not my birthday or anything, though. Space Frog took the star out of his satchel. It glowed bright in his hands. I know you've been working late into the night recently, so I wanted to give you a star for light. For a moment, Earth Cat didn't say anything. Then, he gave Space Frog a hug. Thank you, Space Frog. It's very kind of you. Earth Cat took the star with a smile. Space Frog smiled back. No problem, Earth Cat. Space Frog gave Earth Cat a wave before heading back home. After Space Frog got back, he put away his satchel and lied down in the bed. It had been a good day. He'd gone to space, found a bright and sparkly star, and met up with his best friend Earth Cat. I hope Earth Cat would have time to play with me soon. Space Frog closed his eyes and dreamt of the fun adventures he and Earth Cat would have tomorrow. The end. This was written by npckc. Special thanks to SD Hizumi, Cloverfly, and his Patreon supporters. So, yeah, that was really, really nice. As I said, it's a choose your own adventure. So there are other routes, and I will leave that to all of you to check out more of them. There